duties we must do for ourselves. We, the benefactors of many who shed blood and life years to bring us to this point, are grateful for our heritage and this opportunity to go forward with the unfinished legacy ourselves to the education and service of African American children and educators throughout the nation.
Thank you. Now we'll have our minutes read by JC.
Okay. You know, they've got this little X up here. You got to hit the spot. So maybe I've hit the spot. Minutes from October 18th, 2016. I'm just going to run over it briefly, and if there are any corrections, please let me know when I'm finished. So we opened at 5:07. We were at Raleigh High School. There was the YouTube link. We were called to order by our president, Sasha. We did the welcome, the introduction, the general business was minutes. Then Danielle talked about membership. We did the financial report, and there were our numbers. Our old business was the big three. What is your passion? GAABSE committees. We signed up during the, and we met during the general meeting. We talked about the TABSE conference that's going to be in Houston. Our new business, we were going to support the superintendent, support from the superintendent for the TABSE conference. Danielle talked about it, and reimbursement. The requirements for reimbursement, as you can see, we talked about the scholarship gala, community involvement with the women's shelter, the Twitter chat from Shania. She really thought that went well, and I hope to do that this time. We did a committee huddle. We had closing accounts remarks, and we were finished at 5:56. And are there any corrections?
Was there a motion to accept the minutes?
I move that we accept the minutes as read.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
It has been moved and properly second to accept the minutes. And we're going to backtrack just a little bit, and we're going to invite our guest principal, who our host principal, who is allowing us to invade her space for our GAABSE meeting, Miss Patricia Tatum.
And can I ask really quickly, I'm sorry, Ms. Tatum, all those in favor, could you signify by raising your hand, please? Thank you. All those opposed? Great. Then we will accept these minutes and move on. Thank you so much. Ms. Tatum, we're grateful to have you. Thank you so much for allowing us.
Not a problem. Anytime you need the space, just not a problem. So I got to be on the camera, huh? I hate that. So anyway, I was asked to do a motivational minute, and it's a chance for us to just share out some things that we're doing, not necessarily just campus-wide, but things that we're doing that are impacting educators as well as students. And so in addition to being an elementary principal here at Davis, I'm also an avid national staff developer. I've done that for the last 2 years. And so with that, I actually present to other administrators throughout the nation. So I've presented in California, Washington State, locally here in Dallas. And so one of the things that I do during that training, as well as I take some of this information and bring it back to my staff, many times when we have professional learning communities, and we have our meetings every morning from 8:15 until 9, I meet with a different grade level each day of the week for 45 minutes. We discuss data, we read articles, and we share ideas about how we can grow instructionally. So one of the things that we do often in our PLCs, as well as our leadership meetings, we do quick writes a lot. And that is a very effective strategy that AVID uses as well. And with a quick write, you can do that with your staff, you can do that with your students. And so basically one example of how we use that, we may read an article. And after reading that article, I may have the staff respond in writing to a question or two about the article. One of the reasons that I do that is because I want to model for them what I expect to see in the classroom with their own students, but it also gives them a chance to really think through their answer before they share out verbally. So they write their response down in writing. I give them about 2 or 3 minutes. I set the timer, and I ask them all to share. So not only does it model for them what I expect to see in the classroom, but it also allows them to, again, process what they are thinking about and writing that down. And it also eliminates this idea of, oh, she took my answer. That's what I was going to say. Because oftentimes when you're meeting with teachers, when you go around the table, by the time you get to the last person, well, that's exactly what I was going to say. And so when they write that down, there's no one at that table that has written down exactly what you've written down. You may be discussing the exact same idea or topic, but you didn't write the exact same words in your response to that article. And so we always encourage our teachers to do the exact same thing with their students. One of the things that we did last year, we had an article about, it was a Shakespearean article, and it's an article about a teacher who uses writing in her classroom in every subject all the time. And she will often have her students respond in writing before they share out their answer. And this gives her a great opportunity to see how the students are thinking, what they are thinking. But what she also does during this time, which is quite different than what most teachers usually do, she will then go around the room as she's working the power zone, and she will first check in with the students who she knows will probably have some great ideas down, will be able to work without any assistance from her. She gives them some immediate feedback to help them stretch and grow and challenge them. And by the time she's gotten to the students who are struggling students, they've at least had a chance to write something down, and she can give them some productive feedback as well. So quick writes are a really quick, easy thing to do with your students, with your staff. You can open up a lesson with that. You can open up a meeting. So let's reflect on what we talked about last meeting. Take about 2 to 3 minutes to write down what you learned, some takeaways you got from that meeting. Also a great way to close out a meeting. So let's just do a quick write on what you guys talked about. Then you can also use that time to collaborate, talk to your elbow partner, share out what you wrote down, or can we have 4 or 5 people share out what you wrote down? So it's really effective in our PLCs, our leadership meetings, and our teachers find it most effective with their students as well. So is that my quick minute? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have our membership overview, and is Pamela, is Pamela working? Oh, there she is. You ready? Or am I putting you on the spot? Should I move on for a second? You ready? Okay. All right. You have to stand between to get on the camera though. All right. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is this in regards to the membership?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. As of October 22nd, we are pleased to say that we have 80. Can y'all see? No, I had to keep my face a little more. We have 84 paid members. So take a look around the room. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So let's take a look around the room. But we have 84 paid members. It's about half and half. So about 50% of that composes of administration, whether it be district office personnel or campus administration. And then the other half of that consists of professional and paraprofessional staff. And also support staff. We're pleased to say we have 2 retirees as part of our membership, and then also 1 school board member. My committee and I, we've met and we discussed what can we do to not only increase membership, we want to also maintain membership. And so one new thing that we want to implement over the course of the next 2 years is a drawing for the new members at the end of each meeting. And so if this is your first year, if you are new to GAABSE, each time you come in, there'll be little slips of paper for you to write your name on and the name of your campus. It's a little cute bucket back there to put it on. And then we'll have 2 drawings at the end of each meeting. And that's just to encourage our new members to continue coming out to the meetings, because we all know whenever you're new to anything, whether it's new to an organization, new to a job, profession, it can be very overwhelming. And so just kind of keep those encouraged. It may have been somebody you talked to and recruited them to become a member of GAABSE. We want to get them coming to the meetings. All right, another thing that we also talked about is we wanted to recognize the campus or the department with the most members overall. And then we also want to look at the campus or the department that recruited the most new members. And so again, going as of the October 22nd with the 84 paid members, looks like they did last year. We have Rowlett High School, who has 19 members of their staff. overall, 19 members, so that's good. And it looks like, because on the membership form, we did ask you to list like a person that may have referred you. And so from the Rowlett team, special thanks to Shania Smith and Danielle Twitty, whose name was listed besides several members. So let's give them a hand. All right, and then in a close second was our very own administration building here at Hill. They came through representing with 17 members. And so good job at Harris Hill, and that compares to all the different departments. All right, now my membership colleague, she's out right now for personal reasons. And so we're gonna recognize Rowlett High School for having the most memberships overall. But then within that, we want to look to see how many are new members, our first year members. And so again, we want to recognize Rowlett. We have a small presentation to present to them, but I am asking that you just kind of hold tight when my colleague returns, and then we're going to look at, it's going to be out of Rowlett or administration, out of those numbers, who has the newest, the highest amount of new members. And so we want to present, you want to represent? Yeah, where's my Rowlett people? We got Shania in the back. Come on up, Shania.
How about Miss Candace? She's
Okay,
new.
well, if you are from
Come on, Miss
Rowlett,
Gerard.
come on. If you are from Rowlett High School, come on down. Come on down. And what we're presenting to either the campus or the department is a $50 gift card for the campus. And so it's for you all to determine, maybe you can get half a donut or a donut.
We
or
usually
something.
contribute to our mentoring.
Would you want to contribute it and share it with your staff in some way? And this is just a token of appreciation on behalf of GAABSE for working so hard and recruiting so many members as GAABSE members. So, thank you so much. Are we supposed to be over here? I have to get you on camera. You didn't know you were going to be on camera today. I'll give you this. So this is for your high school, and we'll get together as a team on how to spend that. So have fun and thank you. And so again, this is for the campus with the highest numbers of members overall. That wasn't one of the things we're looking at. Y'all represent today? You think John High School now? We'll consider that next. But we will recognize the campus that had the highest numbers of members overall, which is awesome, but we want to get them to come to the meetings. And then we're also looking at, out of those numbers, who had the highest number of new members. And so we have to go through the list to see, out of the administration team or the Rowlett team, out of those numbers, who are the newest first year members, and then we have a gift card for them as well. But that is something to consider. And then also something new that we implemented was the motivational minute, where we want to extend an invitation to members of administration. It could be a campus administrator or district personnel, just to come and share a bit of knowledge tied to our goals, in the hopes of reaching out and getting some of our members that are paid members to join us in attendance. And then in the hopes of reaching out to administrators, that they'll bring some of their staff or their team along with them. So that is something new. And we want to thank Ms. Patricia Tatum again for being our first motivational minute speaker. All right, that is all that I have for membership. All right, thank you. Oh, one more thing I forgot. We did say the first 50 paid members. So you should be getting those in the mail, but the first 50 paid members will receive, where's the camera at?
It's right there.
It's right here.
Turn here.
Oh, okay, gotcha. The first 50 paid members will get just a bracelet, token of appreciation that says GAABSE 1618. The possibilities are endless. Thank you for your membership. We look forward to doing big things with you this year. And so the committee has been getting these out. These will be sent district mail to the first 50 paid members. Now I'm done. Thank you.
All right. So moving on
to our financial report. We have a special presentation. Ms. Phyllis Williams is here to present GAABSE with, you know, when we talk about doing the conference and working the conference, doing registration, we all do it because we love GAABSE, we love taxing, but we also love to have those works recognized financially. And so, Ms. Williams, if you will come forward, please.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon.
On behalf of the Texas Alliance of Black School Educators, Dr. Michael McFarland, who is our president, we would like to commend all of you for your assistance in our 2016 conference that was held in Frisco. And we were mostly over the registration and volunteers, and we did just a lot of work. And as a part of that work that GAABSE had put into in Frisco in assisting TABSE with the conference, TABSE would like to present to you a check for $12,133. And basically, thank you. And that's basically the split's usually 60-40. And so out of the 40%, it was split between 3 affiliates. And so GAABSE was one of the affiliates. We want you to know that we really appreciate everyone doing their part in making our organizations successful. And we just want you to continue to keep the commitment. Our conference is scheduled for February. You can sign up online on the TABSE website. It's February the 23rd through the 26th. We want to see everyone there at the conference. It will be held at the Houston Hyatt Hotel. And so we want to see everyone there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Ms. Williams, I also have something for you that I've been traveling with that I need to give to you.
It's really nice.
Okay, I'm gonna find it later.
Okay.
Because I keep traveling with it. Apparently, it's gonna keep coming with me. So I'm gonna pass this check off to our treasurer as she comes up to give our financial report. There you go, ma'am.
I'm gonna take it back. I need to find my.
All right. Financial report for 11/15/2016. We had an ending balance as of November 15 of from the balance forward of $2,112.50. We have had income in a total amount of, that includes the $21,1250 of $4,335. We have had expenses in the amount of $186.66, which includes a franchise tax that we have to pay, bringing the GAABSE account balance to $4,148.45 plus $12,000. All right. Thank you.
All right, move to accept the financial report for all. Are we done?
It has been moved and properly second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay. We accept the financial report for audit. Next, we're going to have old business. We're going to talk about the New Beginnings toiletry drive. Pam, JC.
Can't do nothing, you can't.
Right.
All right, we are in the process of collecting toiletries for New Beginnings. Does anyone know what New Beginnings is? Yes. Would you share? Not you.
Is there the women's?
Yes, yes. It's a transitional temporary emergency housing for victims. It's women and children only of domestic abuse. And so we would be a blessing giving back to others. So in the process of collecting toiletry items to take over to those ladies and children of New Beginnings. And so toiletry items can include and not limited to soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, floss, just whatever you can think of as far as toiletries and hygienic type items. And so we did have a little competition in which we wanted to just encourage participation. We did extend that deadline. It was originally going to be at today's meeting, but we want to extend it through December 1st. And so if you have some items that you would like to bring, you can either contact Stacy Pascal over at Freeman Elementary, or you can contact myself. You can bring them to us. Depending on what it is, I'm comfortable with you sending it via district mail. You just want to make sure it's sealed very well. If it's something large or a gift basket such as this, I'll even come to you for pickup. And so we are asking that you share this information with your staff, share it with your friends, share it with your church members. We're just trying to collect some items to be a blessing and help others over at New Beginnings.
And
so,
down Harris Hill.
And I'll say it again.
And those are from Harris Hill.
And and so again, you can contact Stacia or myself.
Or Valerie Nobles for people in Saxe.
Okay, so if you're in the Saxe area, Valerie Nobles, the assistant principal of Armstrong Elementary, will take those as well. And again, we want to thank Harris Hill for their beautiful contributions. Are there any questions?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I cleaned out my closet, so I have big ones in my closet.
Okay, well, we'll take it today. We'll take it today.
That goes towards Harris Hill.
And
Can't we?
Harris Hill, so you want to keep your eyes on there. Harris Hill and Rowlett. And like, even if, I think, aren't the little travel size in the hotels and things, those are acceptable too. For some reason, I always take the shampoo and conditioners from the hotels, but I don't use them. And so if you have those setting up somewhere, you can donate those items as well. So contact folks, dig deep, and see how we can help someone else. All right, that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, this past Saturday, the NAACP hosted their annual educational forum. It was from 9 to 1 at Webb Middle School. We had a really good turnout. There were strands for elementary students, middle school students, as well as high school students. They had panel discussions that ranged from a legislative side of careers. They had entrepreneurs, they had engineers. So they tried to make sure that they touched different aspects of careers so that our students would know, hey, if I plan on being an engineer, what does that take? If I want to be a judge, what does that mean? I want to personally thank the GAABSE members that came out. The NAACP is extremely excited about us partnering with them and working with them. Anytime I talk to Dr. Miller or I talk to the president, Ricky McNeil, they're just like, we're just so glad that you guys are here. So I just want us to continue to keep that fire going. I know that we're busy, and so as soon as we know of things that they're doing that we're going to participate in, we'll try to get that information to you guys as quickly as possible. Now, so I personally want to take some time to thank, and if you're here and I call your name, please stand up. Rhonda Williams, J.C. Tucker, Pamela Edwards, Lisa Clark, Tajma Carter, Natasha Shaw, and LaPortia Ross for participating and coming out to the educational forum and representing GAABSE. Thank you very much. Thank you. So looking forward on the horizon, the next big NAACP event will be in February. In January when they have their MLK parade and program. So keep calendars open.
All right, so I'm going to talk about the TAPSE conference reimbursement requirements. I'm just giving you guys a little bit of a reminder. It was already presented to you guys in the last meeting. Danielle Twitty read the information. This information can also be found on our newsletter that Shania Smith sends out probably 2 or 3 times a month. But the reimbursement requirements are as follows. Be a paid TAPSE and GAABSE member by February the 1st, 2017. Attend at least one GAABSE event outside of our regular general meetings. Be an active member of a committee verified by the committee lead. Attend at least 2 GAABSE general meetings and or committee meetings or meetings online, submitting the attendance via the comment section. So as we film this and we are going live, people are able to, other GAABSE members are able to watch this and then comment with their name, and then that will be counted as attendance. And also there's just a reminder on here that the TAPSE conference, I assume the official hotel is the Hyatt Regency in Houston, Texas, and TAPSE is from, the TAPSE conference is from February the 23rd to through the 26th of 2017. And I think that is all. Is there anything else to add on that? You guys have any questions about that? Okay, as far as the early bird registration, I believe that has passed, but the district is still willing to pay the early bird price to you, so you would just have to pay the little bit of extra should you decide to go, okay? And I believe that will not, that particular reimbursement will not happen until after our gala, and I'll talk to you guys more about the gala in a minute. Oh, that's it. Okay, so I'm talking about the gala right now. All right, so we have decided as a committee that the gala will be April the 1st. We have narrowed it down to 2 facilities. One, which is the Embassy Suites, which is on close to the High Five Exchange in North Dallas, and the Renaissance Hotel, which is very nice, but we've got to make them understand that we are a nonprofit and that this is a benefit gala. And as soon as they understand that and are willing to open their doors and meet the prices that the other, their competitors are bidding for us, then we'll probably go with the Renaissance. And we have also added the Golden Apple Award for the gala, so you will be receiving information. We're hoping all 8 locations will start to send this information out once it's been approved by our committee. But basically, the Golden Apple Award is a Teacher of the Year award. We're going to have it at the elementary level, the middle school level, and the high school level. We're going to invite all of these fabulous teachers in to, we're going to invite them to our gala, and we're hoping that they're going to invite their friends, and so we can have some revenue from that. And we're going to narrow it down to, I don't know the number of finalists that we will have, but we will have we'll do a presentation with the finalists, and then we'll announce who our Golden Apple Award will be going to on each level at our gala. So hopefully that's going to get some buzz going and some revenue for us to be able to give back to our kiddos. All right. The next, I believe, is Stacia. There you go.
Okay, so as Rhonda said, in the requirements, there are outside of GAABSE events that you are required to attend. So letting you know right now, there's some events that are coming up, so you can attend. Now, if you attended the NAACP educational forum, you can put a check mark that I have done an event outside of coming to a general meeting. So in December, we don't have a general meeting, but we will have a December social. So now we would like input from you guys regarding the date for the social. It will either be Friday, December 9th, or that Saturday, December 10th, because the next weekend after that is when we actually leave to, no. Oh, okay. But I mean, we can still, all of us aren't, but all of us are, yeah. We can still have it. We can still, yeah, still social class. Yes. So it'll either be, we want it to be that Friday or that Saturday, because the next weekend after that, we leave to go for Christmas, excuse me, winter break. So you now have a voice. Friday or a Saturday. When would you prefer for this social to take place? If you would like for it to be on that Friday, We'll show of hands.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so 11. Oh, they said don't take that pen. All right, 11. And Saturday? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay. There'll be a doodle poll that goes out to everyone in the general body. But this kind of gives us an idea of where we need to start thinking as far as an executive board for planning. So we know how some people might miss an email. So depending on the results of the poll and what we have here will determine when we have the actual social. Okay. The next upcoming event, as I told you, the NAACP is very excited about partnering with us. And one of the things they talked about at the forum, the speaker from En-ROADS was talking about how we need to prepare our students so that when they have those interviews and they have that first 45 seconds of meeting someone to impress them, wow them, and let them know that they're the best candidate for this job. And so that led into a conversation about different professionals that we have right here in Garland who aren't even aware that you're here in Garland. I just met our Assistant Chief of Police, Charles Renee, for the first time. I didn't know that we had a brother as the Assistant Chief of Police. That was new to me. So what the NAACP wants to do, and what we're going to do, is get all of those professionals together to socialize and network. It makes no sense for us to have this powerhouse of professionals and not connect. We are within footsteps of each other, so why not connect? So be looking for that information coming. That's going to happen in January, and details will come for that. So that will be 2 events that you can attend to meet those requirements.
Hi, y'all. It's a long day. I'm Shania Smith, and I'm here to talk about the Twitter chat that's happening on Sunday. Oh, pardon me. Sorry. I know some people are going to be traveling. If you have not followed us yet, it's at GAABSE 1618, and all of this is available in my emails, newsletter, and Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith. Kimon?
Oh, Kenman.
Kenman. He's putting all of this on the web site for us, and I emailed that as well today. So Ebony Forte is going to lead our Twitter chat on Sunday unless something comes up. She is at a previous engagement for today. But our topic on Sunday is going to center around college and career readiness. And so if you have a question that you might want to pose and get out there, throw it out there and see how people feel and things of that nature, send it to Ebony, Ebony Forte. If you're in GIC, just type in her name, or you can just send it to me and I can pass it on. Because oftentimes when we're doing the Twitter chat, like when I did it last time on building your PLN, it was just hard to think of questions that relate to everyone. And when I say everyone, I mean every level. Admin, individuals who are just consultants in the educational field, ELLs, other subpopulations, elementary, middle school, and high. So if you have a question, just throw it out there, send an email so we can hopefully address that concern with the question and see what's out there. Let's see what else. If you're not tweeting, you should be. You should be. Welcome to follow me at SSSMITH0903, all the S's. And I think that's it. Anything else? Any questions about the Twitter? The Twitter. It's just a way to build your PLN and meet new people. And I've met so many people, middle school individuals, like they'll email me back and I say, oh, you're the one who follows me on Twitter. Okay, I'll join GAABSE and things of that nature. You just never know who you can meet from behind the screen, and then you might meet them in person as well. Share some ideas. So if you have any questions, just email me, and you can email your questions to Ebony or myself. Okay?
Okay, guys, now we're going to get ready for our committee huddles. We're gonna time ourselves. It's just gonna be about 15 minutes. So just as a reminder, Pamela is over membership. Pamela, where are you gonna be? You're gonna be right over there in that corner. Okay, Stacia's committee is community partnerships. Stacia, where are you gonna be? Oh, okay, y'all just gonna be right here. Okay, but you may have a couple people join you today. Shania, communications, where are you gonna be, honey? You're gonna be right back there. JC, diversity, where are you gonna be?
I was with you last time and you weren't here, so what's that?
Okay, so they're gonna be together. And then Noel, which is professional development, he's not here today. So if you're a part of his committee, if you would join a different committee today, because I'm pretty sure the other committees can use your help also. And then the gala committee will meet in the back left hand, your right side over here, okay? All right, so let's get at it for about 15 minutes.
Next time, okay.
The name sounded familiar and the face was like, yeah, freshman year. And report. Yes, yes. Yeah. Okay, first thing. Everyone info, because just in case you had like signing sheets and there was something that I want to say the first meeting where I got people's names, but I want to make sure that I continue to add to it. So if you can just put like whatever your Garland first part is, so and I'll know and I can get in contact with you. That'd be great. So right now, our big community partner is the NAACP, but one of the things I was like is recognize what is and when we have events to say, hey, we're moving for a party on the way, or if you guys want to have a tea, we have placing it for the shop. And then starting off small by highlighting those businesses via our newsletter that we use to say, hey, this month's business is blah, blah, blah. We're looking at that, blah, blah, blah. And just have something, so we have a YouTube channel that we can just kind of highlight and give a quick word to that. Anyway, we have a platform, just getting the word out. And if there are things already in that have that,
Just letting the schools that are near here feel for sure that
then
they, you know, that they have a meeting and come on up and
like
other options where we talked about having enough signage in the area and being there and being really open and friendly and let the door and welcoming. And then talking to everybody about yes. Yes has no limits. And that was like a discussion that went on about how
there is on Facebook there
we started on that.
Kids, so that was just one thought today, and then the next thing coming up is the NAACP
Since we try to combine.
How exactly last year, what in the past, what we've done is say, hey, I have this program, right, so send my files, we don't have a problem.
Those say
So we want to go first year, we're here for all the years, we want to be a part of that lane,
and
we actually can bring this program, that's when we met, because they're very open to us, I mean, it's just.
interesting word. I just think.
I have not defined, and on the calendar, it says, where it starts and it ends. And it ends with
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So,
And start with
that shows
like
mostly color, but then
they turn to like asking me like, just because I've known that we talked about, but then to just represent those that they are a partner with us, we actually make the individuals
it just
who are officials, so we could start to know most faces. Yeah, see, like they have their general website. Typically, they have it, like ours, like,
Like when I wrote it down, like when I was trying to advertise and to get those in, like I was see that to retirees, so I'm in the district, they're members.
They sent us a calendar of their shows. Nothing's going on there.
right. Because when you're talking about, the whole agenda is kind of focused just on district personnel. And so anybody come from the outside, really still must know, like, everything's being done.
Now, what we're looking at this year, as we have a different strand, one of the strands.
Are you thinking that using
So it's not geared towards just, like, census, for example.
having
We're talking about strategies.
kids
You still notice at this day and time, there's a number of professionals, spending more time with the and so this year, when we bring that, we talked about is content number 5, and we talked about professional help. Just kind of working. So professional therapy is just here for us teachers. But I guess one of the milestones that we did is how do we go out trying to get emails, like, for example,
organized.
so that we our list. It's mostly SD people, but how do we get that information out?
You know, that's on the list, like, so. But I'm thinking like the JC was talking
But if
about,
we were to say,
I guess going from building to building or trying to solicit
Target
school. But I
and
think
say,
it's more trying to tap into those resources.
we
I
want
think
to help our students
you
here,
know, lots of
education
people that
that,
are in
organize
university,
that.
you have a lot of students, I know I have a lot of students.
Do you want
who
to
are,
get
you know,
that, or
I
do you
just
want
get
to?
that level, I
Most
just
parents
wanted to
concern
it's a new line.
I don't know.
Everything is
All
geared
that
towards
is
talking about betterment
that are
African American children.
Right, and not saying that's the only
And
service,
so,
but that's a good bridge over to tell them, after they're doing all the type of services, that they can also grade, if they have access to access. So
Probably
time takes to see which members are something that area, other than that, not that. So incorporate. And that's something I know.
It's different, like,
That is one of our
so,
goals as well, to build partnerships So, that's what we did something different in the past, we've always done that.
There's a lot of them members that is and then
They're starting there.
they probably give us,
Trying to reach out
if
to
we
them.
said we want to bring
organization.
students
To
to
have them come out.
or they have something small.
Yeah, I know it's like a lot of someone said, I don't know how to operate it.
I know what you don't want to do that.
There, he's wherever we he is like what I did was I think
There is a box in your game, 35. And so what I did, they chose to be one of the things my classes, so I go to school, they get to create a power, or maybe another time to like donate clothing, toiletries, at the end of the city. So I feel like kids with a little more connection with that side. Just like, you know, they don't,
like we're all big, we're all big.
it has access with people, but it's over that.
We have the very location of the need.
No, it's the class, because if you feel those that are around, they would want to take that on.
Supposed to be on my power about the same person. So that's why the whole school this year, we're trying to have in different areas.
So I know they have.
So our college takes around that, you know, hoping to say, you know what, last time they came to us.
But we need to
go out to where they're, I mean,
right.
and so.
I think across the board, that was
Just there, just how to do some kind of your day, motivation videos, that's what we take jobs for. We got something to give there's money every year, but we don't see their face. And so. In hopes of maybe they bring some of their.
I just, the only thing with having kids is get into something, so that becomes clear, it's gonna be fun. I think when they actually do my hands or right, then it's teaching them. When you do
Also, consider volume, trying to have like the social gathering, things like that. So I had a guy that I just maybe like
He's really popped up.
it's probably like professionals on the piece, but we also try to be.
He's gotta have, we try to have some amount of fun about it. But you mentioned there's a lot of.
Or maybe we can level,
Girls, perhaps.
like, high school, not everybody's that one.
So are they interested with that being for an administrator?
So that's if they, you know, depending on presentation, you know, they're more likely to get to it compared to elementary. They would have to pay
Sometimes we have to are accountable for how what is it that we still want to do today? How still on the resource. And I would like to outside. It's like we, have Garland, we had, I see what they tell us. And I don't have a lot of time to go for any more research, any further about the topic. We have college professors, but it's in this organization. And to do that, I mean, I would like, I'd like to talk about some of the research on the urban development, the brown rules and disciplines and the things that you found in the research, the book you wrote. I would like to know more about that. An outside view, you know.
would like to
Exactly. So maybe that,
She knows that that's not
to
what it is, and I'm always going home one time. I just got back from Vermont.
in my conversations with you, having a day
I come here,
and
but
then
I don't know what it is. Like you said, you ask me, I don't know. Like, I used to presentation
what
I was educating my mind about the discipline, how the states have reported that out. And so that's what makes a major implication.
Google Hangout.
How many ground fields
how we
you
stream,
spend.
but basically,
What
it's
does that
like
mean?
video calls, so that way you don't
know
have
that
to links all together. So you don't even have to have your camera on when we see you, but we can hear each other. And so, it's kind of like doing like we conference call on the phone, but you can also type something in while you're doing it. You can share things that we're doing. So I would like to propose using that as a way to collaborate, using Google Docs as a way to collaborate as opposed to us just all the time. So I'm sure the teacher would even more. So then let's today.
Right, so, but I just like to say, don't be there. So,
Just take it all that.
it is like.
You guys are all getting this.
All right, guys, time's up. Thumbs
It makes people come just to sit down.
So, let's all brainstorm by December 1st. Do some research on things that are already happening. By December 1st.
All right, guys, come on. We only have a couple more minutes before we have to, well, we only have a couple more things to say. Okay, so guys.
Excuse me.
Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in adding something to the agenda for our GAABSE General Meeting, you will need to go to the SMORE newsletter that Ms. Smith has sent. I believe you probably got a copy of it today. If you click on that, you're able to, there is a document that you can fill out that will come to us that will tell us your agenda item request, and we will be contacting you. Someone from the GAABSE board will be contacting you. Are there, Stacia, questions or remarks?
So, first, thank you guys again. Thank you to those of you in the World Wide Web for, wow, that's close, for attending. And thank you for coming. Do we have any people that are brand new to GAABSE? Brand new. Yay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. In the back, there's a slip for brand new members. Please fill that out because we have a drawing. So Pamela's bringing that slip because we have a drawing that we want to do, and we have a prize for the winners. So be sure if you haven't put your name on there, raise your hand so Pamela can pass it out to you so you can win your prize. Great. There, right there. Wonderful. I do not have any other remarks. Are there any other questions? We're not going to see each other together again as a general body until 2017 for a meeting, but we will get together again for our December social. Okay, great. So we are at the end of the meeting. I'm going to make a motion for us to close the meeting. I'm sorry. I would like to make a motion for us to close the meeting. Thank you. So it has been motioned and moved and prop second. Is there a second? Thank you. That we go ahead and close out our meeting for general business. I appreciate you guys for coming. And here's our drawing. All names in.
And I did want to share, in regards to on Saturday, because my son was in attendance as well, so I do have some handouts. I can set them on the back table if you want to take a look at them. It was a lot of career readiness, sharing information about if you want to be a dentist, things of that nature. And so if you're interested in picking up a handout for your children, you're more than welcome to do so. I'll just set them on the back table. This from Saturday's panel. Okay, hold on. One more. Anybody else? Oh,
I see.
Hold it up, mix it up, hold it up, mix it up. So kind to pull two names. All right, these are